This lesson has been prepared for starting to create our scene. Through this lesson, I am going to explain you how to make the outside of the milk cup which is included in the scene and application of the shape keys. Let's start by creating a new project. So, from the file menu, select new and then click on reload startup file. To see the scale and location of objects easily, switch on from perspective view to orthographic view by pressing 5 on the number pad. Now, right click on cube, select it, press X and delete it. We now try to add a cylinder to the center, so don't forget to keep the 3D cursor in the center. For that, press Shift S and the select cursor to center. To add a cylinder, press Shift A and select mesh from add menu, then click on the cylinder. Now go on to the add cylinder section in left side and change the vertex value from 32 into 17. Next, open the cap fill type menu which is below here and select triangle fan. Now let's zoom some extent inside by using the scroll wheel. We are going to use shape keys to create transform effects. Shape keys allow us to define multiple locations for vertices and then animate between them. In this project, we have a cylinder transforming into a milk cup. We'll share the same vertices, but the position of the vertices will be different. Let's resize this panel as to see the object data button. Next, click on this object data button and go to shape key section. Click plus button and add a shape key. Rename it as cylinder. Again click plus button and add a shape key for a milk cup. Now rename it as milk cup. Next, we will go to modify the position in vertices to make up the milk cup. Here, you will have to add additional vertices and delete vertices which are available for the requirement. Now confirm whether the milk cup is selected in the shape key section. Next, press the tab to get into the edit mode. Then by pressing Z, switch on to the wireframe mode. By this we can select front and rear vertices at the same time. To select the top center point, right click on it. Now press X key and click vertices on delete menu. Then the top part of this will be deleted. Now I'll press key 1 on the number pad and go to front view. Then I'll zoom the scroll wheel and zoom the object somewhat inside. Then get the cursor onto the object and press Ctrl R. Ctrl R is the subdivide loop command. Still keep the cursor on the object and press 5 on the number pad. Now you will get 5 lines and then double click the left mouse button. When you edit, you should pay much attention on letter A. Importance of it: when you press A, all the necessary things that are selected already are off. Once again you press A, things that are not selected will selected. I'll press A once. Then we will select all the vertices that are needed separately. First, we are going to select the second vertices row from top to bottom. For that, press and release B key on the keyboard. Next, press and hold the left mouse button and draw selection box around the vertices. After that, release the left mouse button. Like this, we can select all the vertices that we need. Next, by pressing S key, I can scale all the vertices that are selected. So I can scale them by pressing S like this or else directly I can give it a value. Here I'm giving a value. So I type 1.06 and press enter. After that, by pressing A to deselect all. Now I press B key on the keyboard and press and hold the left mouse button and draw the selection box around these two vertices rows. Then I press S to scale and type the scale 1.1 and press enter. After that, press A and deselect all. Next, by pressing B and pressing and holding left mouse button, I draw selection box around these vertices. After that, press S to scale and type 1.04 and press enter. Now, as earlier, press A to deselect all and press B to border select and draw selection box around these vertices. And next, press S to scale and type 0.8. Finally, press enter. Now press A to deselect all. Next, press B and draw the selection box around the bottom vertices. Next, I am going to scale it. So I press S and type the scale value 0.55 that I give it and press enter. Please remember that you should give same scales that I give as in its scales. Now I am going to move this bottom vertices somewhat up. So left click on this blue arrow and drag it from a small grid division. Now I can deselect all by pressing A. This is the basic shape of the cup that we are going to create. Next, I am going to create the handle of this cup. For that, press Z and switch on to wireframe view to solid view. Can you see this 3 cubic shape button down here? So press the third button, which is called face select button, to select the faces of our object. Now right click on this face to select it and later press and hold the shift key and right click the mouse on this face to select it. So by doing it, we can select these two faces at the same time. Now press 3 in the number pad to select the right side view. Then we are going to extrude the faces we selected according to our requirements. For that, press E, then press Y and type -0.9 and next press enter. Now press and hold the middle mouse button and rotate the object view like this. Now I'm going to rotate these two faces that are selected according to my need. First, you should right click on this face and select it. After that, press 3 in the number pad to get the right side view of the object. Now press R and type -50 and press enter to rotate the face which is already selected. Next, press and hold the middle mouse button and rotate the object view like this. So it's easy to select the other face. Let's right click on it to select it. Next, press 3 in the number pad to get the right side view of the object. Next, press R to rotate this face and type 50 and then press enter. Now let's press and hold the middle mouse button and rotate this objective like this. Next, by pressing and holding the shift key and right click on this face 2 and select it. Now I am going to delete both these faces. So press X and click on the faces on delete menu. Next, I am going to complete the rest of the handle of the cup. Joining the edges of these two parts by faces, we can complete the rest of the handle of the cup. For that, first select the middle cube that the edge is highlighted. Among the three cubes from this edge select button, we can select the edges of an object. Now right click on this edge to select it. Then press and hold the shift key and click on this edge also to select it. Now press F on the keyboard. Then there will be a face in between them and the two edges will join. Let's do the same thing we did now to the other edges. Next, right click on this edge to select it. Now press and hold the shift key and click on this edge to select it also. Then press F. Now select this edge. At the same time, press and hold the shift key and click on this edge to select it. After that, press F. Now press and hold the middle mouse button to rotate the objective like this. Next, as earlier, we did select this edge. At the same time, press and hold the shift key and select this edge. Then press F. Now I'll right click the edge of this hand to select it. To get the right side view for this object, press 3 in the number pad. I'm going to move this edge which is selected. So first left click on this green arrow and move it a bit to left side. Next, click on this blue arrow and move it up from a small grid division. Now press A to deselect the edge that's already selected. Later press and hold the middle mouse button to turn the objective like this. This is a good time to save what we have so far. So you can do that by going up to the File menu and select Save As. And you can select your directory right here. And you can give it a name right here. So I'm going to name this milk cup .blend. Blend is the extension name that Blender uses, and then just come over here and click on the Save As Blender file. So I think that you would have followed this lesson successfully. From our next lesson, let's know how to construct the balanced portion of the milk cup, which has shown as partly filled milk. Thanks for watching this video.